Well, thank you guys again for coming through today. Really appreciate you guys taking time out of your day.
Of course.
Mm-hmm. So how did you guys come up with the name Mighty Tribe?
Mighty Tribe, you got that story?
Yes, sir. So back in 2011 when I was clicking up with this other homie, Crack Show, we basically we came up with the name with combining Mighty Ducks and we were thinking about some kind of group name where it was relatable in hip hop, but it was also relatable in, let's say, any aspect of, well, let's say any genre or subgenre of music. So, or like, we don't want to be called crew, clique, group, whatever. Mm-hmm. So I was like, how about something that leads back to our roots? So it was Tribe that we landed on. So it was the Mighty Tribe, and that's what we went with. Mm-hmm. Yeah, this was like 2011, but then I didn't meet him really well till late 2011. Mm-hmm. We made a song, and then through 3 years, we kind of established. We used to be a big ass group. We used to be like 15 or 16 of us, maybe more.
Dang, okay.
But then little by little, you start to figure out who was literally. You wheeled it out. Mm-hmm. The weakest link.
Yeah.
But what's funny is we still have respect for him. We're still friends with him because they wheeled. You know how they say when an employee isn't happy at a certain place.
Yeah.
He usually finds a way to get himself out of there. You know.
Right.
And that's what happened. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But now we have a different group. We have a much more stronger. Let's say direction, motivation, and innovation. So
yeah, man, it's like you have friends, growing up in high school, through college, or in the streets or something, and you learn a lot about life when you're messing with different people, and then you meet their parents, and you meet like, okay, this is the roots, this is how they became what they became.
Yeah.
And it's all about learning to find the right people to work with, and people that you feel confident, that are not gonna talk bad about you when it's clutch time and everything, you know. So, and then we learn, okay, so this is a good employee. This guy's good. I know where his heart is at. He's pure. Yeah. He doesn't think about screwing people over.
Yeah.
So you find the right people, and then you just cut off the bad ones and continue what you're doing, because in the journey of life, we're still going to meet new people,
Yeah.
We're in our mid-20s, late 20s, and the world doesn't stop, like by our 30s, it's not like the world is over when you hit 30.
Nah.
Like a lot of people had us thinking like that, growing up. I was like, thinking like, damn, like by 30 life is boring or something, but nah, it's like people choose that life, so we're like, okay, the more we keep going, we're still gonna find new people to join, people that have been messed up by their crews, that have been bullied, and I just want to keep that guy. It's like a draft, you're seeing someone in college and be like, all right, that was good,
yeah, where's his potential?
I would love to have him in my team, and take care of him and help him boss up too,
right,
like how we're all trying to, at the end of the day,
yeah. So
luckily, now we have a good group where I feel proud when I say this is the Mighty Tribe. This is the Mighty Tribe.
There you go.
I feel proud of each member I have, and it's like, you ever watch One Piece? Yeah,
No.
It's the anime One Piece.
Oh no, I don't know.
It's like about a pirate, kid who's a pirate, and it's like he's building his crew. You're watching the show, you're watching the anime or reading the manga, and you see how he goes through every season. It's like he finds a different crewmate. And then there's always a boss that he has to beat up. And then I'm like, okay, so I feel like I have my crew, my tribe. Yeah. And I know I'm gonna find someone later on to add on to it. Find a girl to add on to it. I want to have a girl in my tribe, Yeah. And I'm starting to, I'm like, if I could find a girl rapper, oh hell yeah. Yeah. Or a girl singer, or a girl DJ, or something. Or people, I'm gonna find them and treat it like a team, Right. And then. Okay, he could play right defense. He could play striker. Yeah. He could play midfielder. Yeah. Or he has leadership qualities. All right, then,
He's my captain or something.
Yeah, because we're humble, if you know something that you learned in your past life, bro, put me on then, bro, I'm like, I don't trip, I'm not going to feel like, oh, you're 22, you can't tell me shit. Yeah. Nah. Tell me, bro, because I'm not perfect. All the L's that we took, it's what we became, Right. And we learn, and right now, we got the right mentality to be like, all right, he's a bad seed. Oh, this guy's good, Yeah. It's just with experience. It's like my pops will tell me, nah, I could tell there's something wrong with that kid. Mm-hmm. And it's not their fault, like sometimes they're born in different aspects. You don't have a dad or... Yeah. So you can't blame it on them, You just got to stay away from the bad energy, keep the good energy, and let's go, And learn how to treat Mighty Tribe like a business. And, because we built the music, Mm-hmm. The 10 years... We've been clicked up since 2011, 2012, 2010, the MySpace transitioning into Facebook era, Mm-hmm. And then we're like, okay, we got our music down. Now all that's left is building the company behind it. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so basically, and the Mighty Tribe, We're a tribe, Mayans, Aztecs, and I have that warrior, spirit,
Incas, you guys are,
Incas, Olmecs.
All of them, right?
Yeah, so I'm like, okay, let's carry on in this world and try to like carry ourselves like men, and you know, just not leave bad energy anywhere we go. I'm not trying to be a hurricane.
Yeah.
He's not trying to be a hurricane or a tornado and just leave destruction and then lates. No, I'm trying to, you know, just do things the right way, where I feel good about myself and the energy that I put out to the world, you know. And he's the same, you know.
So did you guys all meet each other at Catella High School?
It was more so, no, actually not, bro. Me and him, we both went to Catella. But here's the thing, we never like knew each other in Catella. He's 2 years older than me. Okay. But at the same time, we all knew the same people from the hood, and eventually he was gonna find his way to me, or I was gonna find my way to him, you know. And luckily MySpace helped that, you know, where he wanted to rap, and I was already kind of going to school for recording, so I was like, all right, and I was always down to invite people. I was inviting gangsters, Chicanos, white kids, black kids, you know, to record with me and everything, you know. And because I was always down, I was just trying to do it, you know. Yeah. But not knowing how to run it like a business, you know. Right. You know, it was a hobby, it turned into a passion, and then I think I had it figured out, but I didn't, you know. Right. You know, and then in Catella, so a lot of people go, oh damn, you kick it with Skyn, but other names that we had, you know. Yeah. But yeah, through Catella, that's like where the roots started, you know. Okay.
That's hella tight. Yeah. So you guys have lived in Anaheim your whole lives?
Yeah. Born and raised. Yeah.
Right. Makes sense for the Mighty Ducks, right?
Yeah, hell yeah. I was like, when he said that, I was like, I'm down, bro. Because I was the last guy in the original Mighty Tribe roster. I was the last guy to join. I was just the engineer. I was just there with them, but I knew like
support.
I knew that they were gonna like get me into it, and I just had to like, all right, I'm down to.
Basically, it became so overwhelming that he saw that the other dudes that he was recording to were like, they basically were just wasting his time, as you can see. And, and when he saw that I literally had 12 niggas behind me already, he's like, holy shit, I gotta join already. There's no choice. So when he kind of became one of the leaders, and then we just took over, and 5 or 6 of us were rapping, then 8 of us, then 9. Then went to Las Vegas, I remember, right? We went to a show in Las Vegas. We took like 14 motherfuckers all over there. We got a suite. It was dope. We got a lot of mad love in Vegas, and we didn't even know we had a fucking fan base in Vegas. Like, at least like over 80 people showed up.
Yeah. It was like a toy drive.
Like 50 degree weather. No, 40 degree weather. Yeah. People were the bomb fan. We were really excited. We were like, okay, this is really something that might take off, you know. But little by little, we would learn that some people's priorities were in a different, path than ours.
Right. Sometimes life throws you a curveball. Yeah. Sometimes life throws you a curveball, and you don't have time for Mighty Tribe no more. Right. Yep. Like, I gotta go do this. I'm like, all right then, man.
People have
at least
kids,
you didn't do enough damage to mess up the Mighty Tribe, you know. Right. Like, all right, you can go. You know. You want to be a free agent? Knock yourself out, man. Yeah. Because at the end of the day, if a good player leaves a team, I'm like, bro, maybe he has to build his legacy somewhere else, you know. Yeah.
Watch, another thing I wanted to show you, bro. Before we continue, just quickly. This is one of the pieces that we do for it's me and Wild West. So Thunderpop and Wild West are 2 clothing brands, and I designed this morning when I had some time finishing up this female design we're coming out with. He already dropped his line. I'm dropping a female line of jackets, and my friend that he's a photographer. Well, he's worked with TMZ and shit like that. Okay. Worked with our security guard too in TMZ. So we got pretty good photographers on our side. Because of his inspiration, we're going to design the first Thunderpop bikinis. And then he's going to help me design the front cover. Okay. We already have, basically, there's too much motivation to not work in the morning, and this is what I made for him. Yeah. Because of the outfit he told me he had. Put a little Rolling Stones tongue, put a little fire flame on the bottom. Took off some old jacket from my pops. Took off the old, the patches, the professor patches. And then added a little turtle with a banjo just because I didn't know where the fuck to leave this guy.
Yeah, and he told me, because we all message each other our fits, you know? Yeah. We all message each other our fits, and I'll be like, hey, can I go with the red color scheme? He's like, yeah, just make sure you wear white pants.
In case I bring a new jacket for somebody.
I don't want to mess up the scheme, you know? And he gave me this. I was like, damn.
Okay. And yeah, man, and sooner or later, I'll even provide you and your crew with a custom jacket or something. I'm just trying to spread the word it's all free. Yeah. But I'm trying to spread it out, showing people everything's custom. Even this, everything. Just right now, I'm barely getting started.
That's hella hard. Yeah. I think that's one thing I noticed too from your guys' Instagram page is you guys are very have a lot of style.
Oh, thank you.
And so where do you guys get your style inspirations from?
Glam rock, glam metal, 1980s, and a lot of, to be honest, even though we're West Coast, we don't dress West Coast. We dress more fitted, so it'd be more New York style. So if I were to think of somebody that really inspires me from New York, it would be maybe A$AP Rocky style.
Okay.
Big L from 1994 and up.
Mm-hmm.
You know, basically fitted but still street. You know?
Yeah.
It's just, I don't know how to explain it, but we would call it street clothing.
Yeah. Yeah, and I noticed too on your guys' page you like to go on hikes a lot too. You guys always have like the stylish,
Staying in
right?
shape, bro.
That was one of the original things that made us feel like, okay, we are a tribe, you know.
Yep.
We're out here, like, and find different spots, you know. Go to what's Runyon Canyon in Hollywood, like where Joe Rogan goes.
Yeah.
Go there, and then I'm like, damn.
Always
like,
run into interesting people there.
Yeah, and we make sure we bring our smoke, our drinks,
our
and
bottle.
everything.
Yep.
Yeah, we bring a bottle, but we also have waters, and because every hike we learn, you know, like, okay, we want to bring a bottle out here, you know, like some Bombay or some Tanqueray or something.
Yeah.
All right, we could do that. We could act a fool out here, you know, because we know how to hike and everything, you know.
Right. You guys
but at the same time, we bring waters. We bring a little pouch, you know, like
the
little thing with the little. You just suck at it, yeah. And then sometimes, because there's been L's we took in.
Yeah.
Sometimes we went too late, and it's night.
Oh fuck.
And then we're right here with the flashlight down Black. If you go to Black Star, you've been to Black Star, okay. Like you go deep into Black Star, not just
at night.
Yeah, exactly. And, you know, bad energies live out there. You know?
Right.
So I was like, damn. Sometimes we took an L's, you know, but you know, we all stick together and then keep it good, and then get a flashlight on your phone and step by step, you know.
Yeah.
And luckily, we weren't those cases where someone had to get rescued, because when you're going to Black Star, you sometimes see the helicopter. You're like, someone took an L. Yeah. Someone took an L. I'm like, pobrecitos, you know?
Yeah.
Because, you know, we don't know better. We want to just hang out here and everything and be wild for a minute, you know?
I feel that.
And, yeah, it's just sometimes, like, Juan will put me on, like, oh, let's go to this spot in Riverside, downtown Riverside. You ever been to Mount Rubidoux?
No, I
haven't. You go down to 91,
I've seen a lot of people there.
like, right there by UCR. It has a big-ass cross. And it's a real beautiful hiking spot. And so sometimes we'll even be, like, drunk and sometimes off-trail.
Oh, yeah?
But luckily, you know, we're here to tell the stories, and nothing super bad has happened, you know? We've been hurt. We have scars that tell the stories, but luckily, like, there's been angels, you know, protecting us, you know, at the end of the day, you know.
Yeah. What's been one of your favorite hiking spots?
I'd say there's a place we call it Mount M. If you go, it's like Inland Empire area by Moreno Valley. Okay. If you go down 91, then it changes to the 215.
Okay,
215, and you see a mountain.
Yeah.
It has an M. Like,
with
Moreno
the
rocks,
Valley.
And the rocks make an M. And
right.
And I know people out there probably call it Mount Moreno Valley or something, you know, but we call it Mount Mighty, you know.
Oh, okay.
Because it has the M, and then, so we look at that shit, we look at that mountain, and we'll be like, all right, can we do this? And I'm like, all right, smoke, and then drink, have a little shot. And all of a sudden, you have the balls to do it.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, all right, and then take it step by step, man, and then it all helps on the mental, you know. Like, oh, I'm not stopping right now. And if he don't stop, I'm not going to stop.
Right.
Because he's more bigger, you know. And back then, he was even more bigger. But I never saw him bitch.
Right.
I never saw him whine, complain, like, hey, Dubon, let's not do it. Nah, man, he was like, hey, man, I'm in the back, but
keep going.
I'm going, man. Like,
yeah, I would tell these fools, keep going, bro. Don't fucking wait for me. I'm gonna make it myself. Bro, like, I'd be all fucking. I'd probably be like 3 times the size of this. So I weighed like 290.
Oh damn.
Going up an incline like this, and these fools over here, and I'm like, hold on, don't worry, I'll be there. And I'm like, I'd sit down and be like, fuck this shit. And I'd be like, and take a sip or a smoke. Hold on, guys, I'm gonna take a hit from my pen.
Yeah.
And then.
But what was funny is that he's the soundtrack to it all. He provides the music, the little speaker.
So you know if I'm too far, if you can't hear the music, you know I'm too far.
If I don't hear the music, I'm like,
too far.
I don't hear A$AP Rocky no more. I don't hear Metallica no more.
We gotta look back.
Yeah, gotta look back.
But he's there, you know, and he's never complained. He never says, oh, Dubon, what are we going to that mountain again? Nah. He's like,
let's go.
If I'm not complaining, you better not complain, because you're skinnier than me. You know? I'm like, all right. And that attitude, we carry it on in life and everything, you know? Like, if he's not complaining, I'm not complaining.
Exactly.
And my mom didn't complain about the lifestyle she had to come up. Hell no, I'm not complaining.
Have you guys heard of a group called Banda Toro?
Mm-mm.
Have you heard of a song called from Chicago from 1976 called the Night Chicago Died?
Mm-mm.
Well, in Spanish, there's a song that they recreated called La Noche que Chicago Murió, right? That fat guy, he's about 5 times the size of me, weighs like 350. He's one of my motivations when I saw him on TV when my mom was watching a show, and they were singing something called so they don't call it corridos, they call it techno banda, right?
Oh, okay.
So this guy is fucking huge, and he was dancing like crazy all over the stage, and his crew also behind him dancing like him, and I was like, if that fat motherfucker can move like that and not give excuses of being lazy and shit, I have no excuse. So that's kind of what pushed me to keep hiking, and that's one of my motivations.
Yeah, exactly. And it's helped, man. Like when we go hiking, we break a sweat.
Yeah.
It's like all that liquor we drink, it just
burns out.
comes out. It burns out. All the smoke we drink, we smoke, just comes out again. And I'm like, okay. And we used to, in the beginning, we just came back from Mount M all beat up and everything. Oh, let's go to Farmer Boys, or let's go somewhere eat pig out. But nah, towards like a couple years of doing that, we stopped doing that because like, oh, how about let's eat something more healthy? You know, or have sandwiches already ready. You know, and
bring your food there.
Bro, because we'll go to Farmer Boys, pig out, burgers and everything, fried zucchinis and all that, and we'll be like, damn, like everything we just did, we just gained it back with the food, you know, like. So it was kind of like counterproductive. So I was like, all right, we gotta eat better, drink better. Okay, we could smoke and drink, but you gotta be responsible. You gotta know what you're doing. I don't want to bring someone and then all of a sudden, oh, I got allergies. Come take me home. It's happened. It's happened where people have taken L's because they try to tribe with the mighty tribe, and then sometimes it didn't work. But I'm not clowning on nobody.
Right.
Like,
we helped them.
We helped. We
had a lot of people that fell into the. Oh my lord!
Because I ain't trying to talk my shit on podcasts and everything, and then someone has taken an L and I wasn't there to help them out, or I was like, nah, you stay there. I'm gonna keep on doing
One friend kept falling behind, and he was in as big as me, so there was no excuse. I just didn't say anything. I was like, whatever. And he kept saying his back hurt. We weren't even an hour into it, bro. He's saying his back hurt. He was sweating too much. He wanted to throw up. He didn't eat before leaving, and we were all smoked out and drunk, not knowing how he felt, because we were like, well, we were prepared, bro. So this motherfucker ends up falling into the creek, ends up falling into the riverbed, ends up falling face forward, and at the end of the hike, it turns night because we're all guiding his big ass. And he's not big, he's just tall. So this guy, at the end, when it's 8 p.m. and we realize we're still inside Black Star Canyon, we're like, holy shit, and it starts raining. We're like, oh no.
Shit.
And literally there's two fools guiding that fucker, while our other homies got tired of waiting for him, they took off. And I was just like guiding them with the flashlight. Because this fool could have been like stuck there till 10 if we didn't help him.
Damn.
That's why we tell some of these fools, hey, it's a hard hike.
And you're hearing all the complaining by him, because he's not used to it. So he's like, oh, we're still not close. I'm like, bro, just take it step by step.
You already know how far we walked in.
Yeah. There's times, and there's also times where people they can't handle their liquor. So what happens when we make it to the bottom? Hey, I don't have my phone. What happens?
Oh my god.
I forgot my wallet. Where'd you leave it? I don't remember. Like, so now all of a sudden it's like 1 o'clock in the night, coming down from the mountain. And I'm like, oh, we got to go back up and find this food shit and everything, you know?
Dang.
And you know, I didn't say, oh, nah, you go do it. Nah, bro, I'll do it, bro. You know, I got to lead by example, you know? Who cares, bro? You know, it happens to the best of us. Because there's been times where I was a little too drunk, I was a little too high, and I forget my backpack. But I'll fucking run back and get it, you know? Like, I'm not trying to have anybody take an L from me and hold me accountable for it and then later on clown on me because of that. Nah, man. I'll go get it, you know? Don't trip, you know? And I'm not going to brag about it. I'm not going to talk shit on you. But you know what you did. Learn from it, you know? Learn from your L, you know? Like how we all have to, you know? And then, but most fun times, bro. Like, fun That's times, good. Breaking a sweat and working on your mental, you know? Like, oh, don't quit. Don't quit. And knowing the right times to go hiking, you know? Because now we don't like to go hiking at night. You saw that new video that came out where the guy, like, he was getting stalked by that cougar?
Oh, no, I didn't see that.
You guys haven't seen it? Like... And then the cougar's like following, and he's he's like walking back with the phone. But you know why? Because he saw the cub.
Oh.
And then so the mom is like protecting her.
Yeah.
But the cougar actually like kind of like pounced at him. Oh. But he's he's far. He's keeping his distance. Like don't shh, like scare it away.
Yeah.
But and you think I'm gonna show that to my parents?
Hell no, bro.
Nah, they know I go hike, so I don't want to show them like, hey, look at this guy. He got stalked by a cougar now, because then my parents will be like, what the fuck are you? What if that happens to you? Like,
Have you guys been like any animal encounters when you go on hikes?
Animal encounters? No. If anything, we get more animal encounters where he lives.
Oh yeah? Where
Diamond Bar. So like right behind my slope, I've had my dog. And like the first time I ever saw a fucking rattlesnake right there in my backyard, my little pit bull, he was slapping something like that, and I hear it, and I'm like, sprinklers. And wait. It's fucking afternoon, and I jump over the thing and I see the big fat ass snake, and he got stuck in those little squares you put in the landscape.
Yeah, okay.
He got stuck in there after eating a rabbit.
Ooh.
And I called animal control. 2 girls were sent. I was like, that doesn't matter. They probably know what they're doing. It was their first week there.
Oh,
they
shit.
brought a little box like this for a snake that was this long and this fat, and they see it and they're like, we can't take that with us. I was like, then what are we gonna do? You guys were called here. Why didn't they send somebody that knew what they're doing? They're like, well, they just sent us as an emergency. And I was like, I told them it looked like a fucking boa. And the girl goes, she grabs this little pronger thing. It has 2 fucking fangs at it. She tries to grab it from the body. The snake turns. She punctures its 2 cheeks hard. Like, I feel so bad.
The girl's 2 cheeks?
No, she punctured the snake's cheeks. And it started leaking blood and it started doing this. And she goes, fuck it, let's throw it over the wall. I'm like, my wall? Yeah. Boom, they flick it and it lands on the tree. And I'm like,
it land on the tree?
I'm like, can y'all just leave? I'm not, I won't say anything happen. Just
what?
leave. Yeah, and I had to cut its head off with a fucking, with a pruner just to end its misery because these 2 idiots. And then they never reported it. They found, we just stayed quiet.
They're just trying to wing it.
Yeah, I felt bad too. It was their first week. Why would they send some two poor girls that were like literally 90 pounds or whatever?
Yeah.
To pick up a fucking 80-pound boa kind of thing?
No.
That's crazy.
So like, but on hikes so far we've been lucky.
No, it's been fun.
We not trying to say, I'm the
deer.
shit or we're the shit. We never gone through shit. Nah, like luckily, nothing's happened.
True.
And we got to carry on tradition and go. Okay.
Yep.
If we off trail and we're too drunk, let's stick on the trail,
Yeah. There's probably the most fun hike I've been on. It's called Bridge to Nowhere out in Azusa.
Remember?
Have you guys done that?
His girl keeps recommending us to go there.
Yeah. It's a lot of fun, but it's a long ass hike. It's like 4 hours there. So
Black Star, bro.
Yeah, it's a little bit longer than Black Star too.
Oh shit, really? Well, what did you encounter there? Like, is there a lot of like
you have to cross
incline?
There's a big incline. The incline's not terrible. It's the walking through water. You do have to cross back and forth between the creek.
You're forced, right? You're forced to do it?
The deepest it probably goes is knee deep. It's not terribly deep, but
bring
it's
some fucking boots.
Bring some boots or some shoes that you don't mind getting wet. But yeah,
I'm gonna.
She's forcing him out. He's like, fuck that.
Yeah.
No, but this was been hiking in Canada, Thailand. This fucker's been through all the hikes.
Oh shit!
If he can do it,
Vancouver.
Damn. Okay.
I definitely recommend.
How many hours was that? 8 hours total or something?
Not a few hours, but because we didn't stop.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
We didn't stop. But once it got all the way to the top, like whoa. Like,
another little side note.
Everything looks fake.
Yeah.
Juan he's one of my closest friends from like, I think junior high, 8th grade, 7th grade, right?
Yeah.
And we just reconnected. And what's crazy is one of his closest friends, that's a professional boxer.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to Jonathan Guevara, Rio Green, is one of his closest friends, Chris.
Okay.
So what's crazy is that this fool became a professional fighter.
Mm-hmm.
So then we got him as security because like, it's one of our closest, trusted homies. Then our other homie that got out of the military, lead infantry, 478th Division, he's been through Afghanistan. All that shit. We have him as our high-end security. So whenever we go to like big shows, we come him and he's strapped. And we just, because we've had a lot of encounters where people try to like at this festival we just had, we have nuts, right?
Yeah, we have next.
Some dudes were circling us, like ready to, like, we didn't even know what was going on, huh? He noticed it first. And then our other homie, who's also a fighter, but he keeps it low, he goes, hey, these fools are circling us. We're like, wait a minute. And then they just look at us and they go, what's up? And we're like, oh shit, it's on now. But then when our other homie pulls up, the military fool pulls up in the big ass truck, they walk away slowly.
Yeah.
And we're like, oh shit, we were about to get into some shit, bro.
Yeah, that's why it's always good being aware.
It's always being aware.
And his experience, he
Head
goes,
on a swivel,
this doesn't
right?
feel right. This doesn't feel right. Or,
Yeah, bro.
Energy.
Yeah.
We since high school, bro, we were chased by Jeffrey Street. Me and my homie, I wasn't even in boys gang, and this dude was getting chased. Him and his cousins were getting chased by fucking Jeffrey Street, AVLS, BTS, and I was just getting chased with them for no reason.
Damn. Just because you're associated.
Yeah,
with
so
the
that's how I learned how to defend myself. We almost got we got jumped a couple times. We got hit with pipes. We got hit with chains. We still came back the next day to school.
Yeah.
Just because we were from the hood of boys, they basically assumed these 3 last fools that live in Leetris are in boys gang because they kick it with them. So literally, we were basically getting all the fire from the other assholes.
Yeah.
They were basically in jail or whatever, and we had to deal with it.
Damn.
And it wasn't
Imagine,
fair, but it made us tough.
Yeah, and one of his homies, he's like the last guy that is in boys, and he's still trying to go to school and do his thing.
That fool got his ass beat every day and still showed up second period or whatever with a fucked up eye.
Yeah.
Like this. And we're like, dude, we're like, Porky, he was a big chubby guy. We're like, Porky, stop, bro. He's like, nah, fool, boys gang, dog. I was like, damn. And then, this dude didn't give up.
Speaking
And
of boys,
eventually, after 2 months of everybody beating his ass, like 10 different gangs, Rockabilly Cruise, Psychobilly Cruise, even fucking graphers were jumping this dude. They finally respected him enough that nobody touched him anymore.
Damn.
He was the only one from the most hated gang still walking all of Catella without a fear. And that fool gave me a lot of motivation. I was like, this fucker's gotten his ass beat and jumped 2 months and probably beaten in the street where we didn't even see.
Yeah.
And he still showed up, and now he has the respect of every fucking crew here.
That's crazy. Wonder what he's up to now.
He's in Mexico.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he has his own family and everything. But
okay.
This guy, fuck man, he got a beating for like. Let's just say he's one of the people I said, hey, this fucker doesn't give up and still keeps coming to school every day. Fucked up, no vergüenza. We can do anything. We could dress in anything.
Tough, yeah.
Part of the story, you know. Part of the development. Yeah.
The experiences.
Yes, sir.
Man,
Yes, sir.
So going back to you guys' music, you guys mentioned that in 2011 you guys recorded your first song. What did that sound like, if you can recall?
Ooh, the first song with him, I clearly remember it. You know, it was off a beat. Do you listen to Talib Kweli?
Yeah. Oh,
okay,
yeah.
so Talib Kweli and Mos Def, they did a song called Just Begun, and it has one of the first features that J. Cole came out on, and Jay Electronica.
Yep.
The first signings of Rock Nation. They're the first two guys that Jay-Z signed to Rock Nation. And Jay-Z, so I'm pretty sure Jay-Z pulled some moves and, hey, let's get on a song with Mos Def and Talib Kweli. So it's that song. You ever hear it? It's high tech. He produced a beat, Just Begun. And then all four of them get down on it, you know?
Okay.
And, you know, it's all lyrical, but it was like, it was sick, you know? Like, it was dope as fuck with the beat and everything. But that beat, when I met him through MySpace, this was like, oh, I'm down to pull up to your house and everything because I would record at my house. And I was barely learning how to record music, but still with a young mentality, you know. So okay, so we did it with me and him. We wrote we did 3 songs that day.
Yep.
But mind you, like we did 3 songs that day because I didn't know what I was doing.
And we didn't know each other. We just wanted to try out different shit.
So and then when you don't know what you're doing, you're having more fun, but. The mix is not perfect, but you're just having fun trying to put your voice on top of the beat, but learning like, oh, it doesn't really sound like it on the beat. The bass is over here. It doesn't sound sonically right, but we were just in the moment with the right energy, and then we just clicked off like that, you know, like us two, like we just created songs, and he was there like, hey, let's do this beat, and then learning how to get our craft together, and then we started building the Mighty Tribe was being born like that, you know, little by little. And then he would bring his other homies from the hood, and then we're all just like, I will engage with them, you know, and then I would talk to them. I'm like, oh, all these guys went to Catella, but these guys graduated like 2 years older than me, you know.
Yeah, they were basically all my homies that were, you know, when you graduate from high school, you kind of don't have a sense of direction. Yeah. You just kind of spiral. You either spiral out of control, or you spiral into a different path. Well, that was kind of like my experimentation era, because my dad had just got deported, so I had just become the man of the house. So like I kind of had to juggle work, music, and kind of started getting to fashion and working out little by little. But like how could I put it, I brought these guys into it because they were so pumped up, and it's weird when you don't have any other responsibilities, even your little hobby becomes like your, you know. And they were all so, you could see it in their eyes. Literally, we rolled to every show 14 heads deep, and we always had like, the reason we now have security is because we had a couple of people we can't mention, but they would threaten us on Facebook. Yeah. And then our own homies would be like, pull up then, it's 14 heads, motherfucker. Yeah. And then nobody ever pulled up. All of a sudden, like gangster homies that we would have, off the rapport that we had, you know, being who we were, they'll be like, oh, hey bro, if that comments on your post says he's gonna see you at the show, tell me, bro. I'll be there. I'll bring my Tiger crew. Or sure enough, bro. Yeah. I'm like, and it was damn, like, and we're not even asking for help. We're not asking, hey, ABLS, can you take care of us, or this certain gang or whatever certain gang, can you take care of us? No, these guys were like, I feel like it was it was all voluntarily done. And that was beautiful, you know, like, oh, like damn, so the love is out there, you know. Yeah. You just got to be a real person and then just continue doing what you're doing. Yeah. And then they will defend you without even asking them. That's when you build good rapport, you know. Yeah. Everywhere you go, you're meeting the right people and then have good energy with them, and then they're gonna help you, you know. Right. And I was like, damn, if you're easygoing. Exactly, you know, exactly. True.
There you go. What was your guys' first performance or concert that you guys?
First performance, I believe.
It was one that we organized with Quest. Well, I went with Quest, which was he was our videographer before Alex. He's also a homie I knew since me and him knew since fucking 7th grade. Yeah. So he was literally like me, except he was more into the art of it. He was literally a punker. He was basically those got the exact same copy of what you would see James Hetfield 1983 Metallica, him. So basically he was into hip hop, rock, everything we were into, but this guy kind of like how could I put it how could I put it he was so into the vision, and we kind of like, I think we were too much for him. I guess you can say. You know, when you're like, you feel like your boss is like giving you too much work to handle.
Yeah. Okay.
And you feel, and your boss, it's because he's trusting you with all this, right?
Overwhelmed.
Not because he's like, hey, this guy's good. He can handle this.
Yeah.
Then I'll give him a raise later. We literally, from a show we put together out of the fucking back of our ass, me and Crackshaw, which was one of the originals, we put in about $1,200 cash to this warehouse right there by Cattell High School, just to see what would happen.
Yeah.
We threw a warehouse show. We invited all these big bands. Hands One, which he used to be with Fora. A crew from our hood, which was Legion Gang, and a couple other people. And just to make the show, like, let's say, for people to yearn for it, especially the girls, we put Hands One at the very top of the bill.
Okay.
And Gremlin. Worked out beautifully. We got stopped like 3 times by the cops because of the noise. But it was in a really nice warehouse. At the end of the day, let's just say I had a big old box of, those little Debbie honey buns.
Oh yeah.
So I had like probably like $2,200 cash in that shit from just ticket sales.
Dang.
People literally telling their friends as they went, "Hey, there's a big show going on," and that was our first show. Everybody got paid beautifully, and at the end we told Quest, "Hey man, since you've been doing good with the promotion, we bought him a $500 drawing tablet."
Oh, nice.
But that's when we kind of saw that we went too far, huh?
Yeah.
We spoiled him too much,
Yeah.
where he started lagging, started making up shit that he couldn't
like,
finish.
where I felt like I was bothering him.
Yeah.
But bro,
For example,
I'm just asking for my cover for my
watch.
mixtape,
For example, it's a big difference now that I see it, because, for example, his little brother, it's our little brother, he's our new creative director, right? Mm-hmm. He literally tells us what he's gonna do, and we're literally the ones going, "Hey, hold on."
Yeah.
But we love it. That guy, instead, we had to go, "Dude, do this. Is this how you like it?" And we could tell he took like 5 minutes on it.
Yeah.
That's where we knew we shouldn't have given him too much from the beginning.
Yeah,
But all these are lessons, you learn.
Yeah, it's our story of bossing up and learning how to get the right people.
Right.
Yep.
And then making sure that they get paid more than we do. Like we know what we're doing it for. The money's not important.
Yeah.
But I want to make sure you get fed. I want to make sure that you're doing good, that you're good. Because we thought like sometimes it was like friendship, love, but when you grow up, man, you understand that friendship, love, it don't mean shit.
Right.
Because everybody has to pay bills. Someone's baby mama's bitching at them, or someone's mama's telling them like, you're still making music. Like, come on, get to work. Real life is like right there, like coming down on you. And some people, we've been fortunate enough. Some people make it through the hole. Some people don't.
Right.
It's all love though.
Yeah, and I think that's the biggest thing about like being in your 20s. Like a lot of people are still trying to figure it out, right? And they just, like you said, life happens, whether it's like baby stuff, college stuff, moving stuff, parents splitting up stuff, that kind of thing.
Exactly, man.
But it's better that you guys had those experiences when you're younger, and you guys are just trying to get established versus, you guys are 15 years in the game, and then that mistake happens or something like that,
Exactly.
You sign that big contract deal, and then you have 100,
That's one of the
300K
biggest
advance,
things.
and all of a sudden, hey, I deserve more,
Right.
It's about finding the right people to know, like, when the money really, really comes in, like, everybody knows their place and everything, and like, because the money is gonna fuck with your head a lot,
Yeah, oh hell yeah.
And especially people that don't make right decisions in their life, to where now they're negative 10,000 in debt, negative 20,000. So now it's fuck you. It's all about me.
Yeah.
I don't care.
Yeah.
You're not paying my bills. I'm like, all right then, man. It is what it is.
Yeah, and definitely money makes people greedy, but I think sometimes too, depending where you grew up or how you grew up,
Yeah, man.
you don't understand the concept of like saving, how to take care of things.
Because then
They don't teach us any of that in school, man. They don't
Right.
teach us how to organize our bank account. They don't teach us, hey, when you literally graduate high school, go get a summer job.
Yeah.
Start saving up to maybe get your own apartment, your first car.
Nothing.
None of that.
Yeah.
We all depend on our parents. That it's true, that meme that they post where it goes, when your mom finally puts you on the phone and make your own doctor's appointments, and you're like, yeah. Hey, you're like, fuck, man.
Yeah, like, what do I say?
Yeah, what do I say? And literally, a lot of our parents are Latinos. How the hell do they do it?
Yeah.
One of the biggest motivations, I'm like, my mother came here at 15. She knows no English, has her own pad, helped me establish my own business. She has her husband. how the hell did they do it knowing only one fucking language that wasn't even too evolved yet,
right,
in the 1990s, you know? Here. That's why I'm like, no, if they can do it, that means there's no excuse for the siege to do it.
For example, if Eminem didn't pass high school, didn't pass 9th grade 3 times, failed it, and then just dropped out and became what he became, I'm like, bro, nah, I shouldn't be complaining, man, of what I'm going through, you know? This is a piece of cake. DMX with a dog, 14, already, like, being introduced to crack cocaine and everything, pobrecito, like he had to go through that shit, and they put him on that shit, and he's already becoming what he is. He has to rob people and everything. I'm like, nah, I'm not complaining then. I'm not complaining. You know that meme where like, oh, when your mom tells you how she got to school, and they're like in a big mountain, and then it's like a big journey. It's like Lord of the Rings. I'm like, yeah, that's our parents, you know, like, so I'm like, all right, I can't complain because they're gonna tell me, fucking man up, man. You didn't go you didn't go what I went through. This is nothing. All you gotta do is go to school or get a job. Just don't be on drugs. Don't get hooked up too much on it. Do what you gotta do. I'm like, all right, I can't complain, man. Our parents are real ones, you know.
And I don't know if it's because like social media or something, but like I feel like a lot of people are just have got more self-centered and they think like their problems are the hardest, whatever it may be that they're going through. Exactly. But that's why I like doing podcasts like this or listening to stuff like this, because you hear other people's stories and you're just like, damn, like you said, like, you know, selling crack at 14 or something like that, or, you know, my grandparents immigrated here from Mexico, and hearing their like stories and their struggles, not knowing look at English,
it motivates you, man.
In the 60s, you know, that's a lot different time period to come over.
And racism, all that shit they had, segregation, they had to deal with a lot of shit in the 50s and 60s.
Exactly, so it's completely different, you know what I'm saying? And I think because we're so like self-centered though, we don't hear those experiences, and then we think, oh, poor me, like
until we go through it, right?
Exactly, until we go through it. But I definitely think like hearing more stories, like I really like Gary Vee. I don't know if you guys know who that is.
Dude, that's our boy, huh? Alex is the one that put us on that. Motivational that guy. Do you listen to Ben Shapiro? You guys know Ben Shapiro?
No, I don't know. No, I don't listen.
Literally, that guy, they call him a human argument. So this guy, they make in the YouTube comments, because he goes to colleges just to see who can challenge him, right? There's always that smart ass there that literally won't give up and won't even appreciate. He literally will tell you, "Thank you for your comment. Can you move on?" No, I have this other thing. He literally will admit defeat if he does, which is rare. But people, it just shows you how mature he is. Have gone to 3 different universities, learning politics, learning debate, learning how to speak. And you see the immaturity of all these college kids, and they think they're all that. And you go, damn, dude, fucking. He puts them in their place respectfully. And still without like, how do you say? Without any animosity towards. Let's say if they were talking shit on one of his
stands,
one of his projects or stands. Nunca. You could tell he's professional as fuck. He always keeps a serious face. That's one of my main guys. And the guy that puts that sign that says, argue with, no, what does it say?
Change my mind.
Oh, yeah, the change my mind guy.
That guy's my shit, bro. That's my shit right there.
It doesn't mean, and then also, man, like, we watched, like, Ben Shapiro, Republican. That guy, the change my mind guy, Republican. And maybe their views are not the same as ours, but I really enjoy, like, watching the debate. How you do what you do elegantly and very professional, and don't get mad, don't let the emotions get to you. Like when he's talking about abortion or something or whatever, like very controversial topics, and you see how the college students get, and then I'm like, damn, dude, you go to college and that's how you act when you can't really like articulate what you're trying to say, or this was just beating you in a debate. You know what I mean? I'm like, oh damn, it made me really humble myself, you know. Just because you go to college, just because you have a degree, doesn't mean shit. Doesn't mean shit, man. Because there's real ones that don't even have education, that when it comes to real shit, they're paying for it, you know? When their mom's sick, they're paying for it. Not some kid that goes to school and then thinks he's a shit and doesn't have to pay dues anymore.
And it's always about the conversation as well. Because, you know, 2 different views. Obviously, everybody has their own lives. And how do you think war starts when they don't have a conversation? You know? So it's agree to disagree. You don't have to agree, but it's always good to have that conversation.
I think that's the thing we're losing, right? And I think we mentioned college, but even people who go to college don't always take those debate classes or learn how to communicate. That should be something that's taught in high school or even middle school. Have those platforms.
Public speaking.
Because I took a debate class in community college, and like that really helped me hear the other argument out, right? Like no matter what, if they disagree with me, I can hear them out.
Don't get ahead of yourself, and don't be that person that's literally just waiting to respond. You know?
Exactly. Listen to understand versus listening to respond.
Yeah, that's why, like, also, bro, like these past 10 years, we'll bump heads, bro.
Yeah, of course.
And And he would show me like, hey, bro, let me talk, bro. Now it's my turn to talk. And I'll be like, fuck, bro.
Yeah, because we've been getting, because everybody within a family or when you've been close enough for so long, one of you's going to have, like, let's say you have a heated argument, you have to give each other a turn to talk.
Yeah.
Just like I've learned that in relationships, we all feel like every man feels like an alpha male. But when you're with a woman, mom, girlfriend, wife, you have to show them the same respect as you would show a man. Yeah. You can't just go, because I'm a man, I'm going to talk over you.
Right.
No, that's not what mama taught us. So no, if you just show that kind of respect towards anybody you come across, the same as you talk to women, you talk to men, then you'll be fine in the future, you know?
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah, and I had an altercation like that at work where I got into it with... I didn't even get into it. She got into it with me.
Here we go.
Because there was some miscommunication. I work at a school district after-school program, and the PE teacher came out, started yelling, and I remember all the kids, because it's middle school kids, you know, they were like, oh, like, you know, they fight, and, you know, I'm like, bro, it's not like that. But I remember at the end of the day, she ended up looking worse, because every time I tried to talk, she would like cut me off, you know, and I let her finish whatever she would say, and then say, all right, can I talk now? And I would start, and I would calm, and then she would blabber more. And I remember the principal, like, or the vice principal, he was like, hey, thank you for handling that really well. And
you look good in front of the kids, bro. You look good in front of the kids.
Exactly, because, you know, that's the biggest thing. I think that was like the most valuable experience they can get from that, is just like, hey, can you hear the other side out? And then also not feed into, because I think she, at the end of the day too, she was trying to tempt me into it, draw me into that.
That's why she was like getting all
riled up.
No, you're good for that, bro.
And she's a tenured teacher. She's like an older, like.
What's her excuse? That means she wasn't taught properly, or she didn't take the correct classes in high school to be ready for such a position.
Yeah, and adding on to something that's relevant right now, you guys watch the debates and you see how Donald Trump portrayed himself, man. And I'm like, all right, bro. Now I get why you're losing support from the states that won you the election in 2016. I'm like, bro, you're not portraying yourself right. You wouldn't let Biden talk, or Pence wouldn't let Kamala Harris talk or something, you know. And I was like, all right, man, you guys are not doing this right, man, because
they were like kids out there.
You would have your people back you up if you come in like a real one, bro, you know? And let her talk or let him talk. You have your strengths too. Donald Trump could, you know, but no, it was just very childish. And I'm like, all right, I get why you're losing this state. You know, I get why that red state turned blue, you know, you know, and then I was like, okay, you know, just handle everything mature, and then, because at the end of the day, people are watching, you know, you know, like, it's like that Jay-Z bar, you know, on Renegade with Eminem, like the Blueprint. He goes, never argue with a fool, because people from a distance will know who is who. You're just gonna look at two clowns. I'm not trying to argue with you, man, because someone from over there is gonna think I'm a clown just like you.
Right, because you're stooping down to his level.
Yeah, exactly, man. And that Jay-Z bar, like, left an impression on me. I'm like, all right, bro. That's why sometimes I don't engage in arguments, because I'm not trying to look like a clown, man. I know everybody has different views and different this. Then go, bro. Live your life, bro. Like, this world is like, it's much bigger than society, bro. Like, you know, at the end of the day, we're part of the animal kingdom, you know. So I'm like, nah, do what you want to do, bro, because I'm not here to be a clown, bro. I don't have clown makeup. I'm trying to buy clown shoes and the wig, you know, and the little nose, you know. You know, I go through enough clown shit with women, you know? It's all good, you know?
And I feel like at the end of the day, too, like our lives, not to be, like, minimalistic and shit, but in the grand scheme of things, whether it's, like, the earth, the universe, like, our lives are so minor on the grand scale of everything.
And I blame society. I blame society because we're born into it, you know? Where women want to look fucking like models.
Well,
like
we're conditioned for it.
We're conditioned. And it sucks, man, because, you know, like, at the end of the day, that's why you see tribes, men from tribes, they don't kill themselves. Because they're one with the universe, you know. There's, you know, you know, you don't hear about Native Americans killing themselves back then. No, when we entered the society that we're in now you're on Instagram saying, oh damn, that fight has bitches. But I'm over here with nothing, getting left on red, or look at that fool's body, or look at her body. How come I can't look like that? And it's kind of like negative energy, but at the end of the day, you need to recycle that.
Remember what Guru of Gangstar said. One really good thing that it'll help you in the development of like raising your kids, or like raising yourself if your parents aren't around. Remember, he says that if we don't funnel the school with wisdom and honesty, the sins of the father will visit the children. So basically, the same mistakes that's why a lot of people, that if their father was an alcoholic, their mother was an alcoholic, drug addict,
cycle,
they either decide from the beginning, I'm not going to do anything straight edge. I don't want to be like my parents. Or they get into the same cycle. It's genetic. It's basically, it's your path. You know?
Yeah, me and Juan, we were doing a job probably like 2 weeks ago, and he'll tell me how he has a friend that that when he told him, hey man, when you have money and you have your kid, what are you gonna do? Are you gonna like raise them to be not like you? Nah. And his friend told him, you know, like, hey, not trying to put you on blast, but he says, nah, I'm gonna make my kid work hard for his shit. I'm not gonna give him shit. Yeah. But I'm gonna make him work hard for his shit. Mm-hmm. I'm like, well, isn't that reverse parenting? Yeah. Cause my dad did all the bad stuff in life for me to not go through the bad stuff in life, you know, and for me to carry on. And when my kid comes out into the world, I'm gonna put him in a better position than I was in with my dad. Yeah. You know, to build up, you know, to build generational wealth and everything. Mm-hmm. And some kids, they grow up bitter, so when their kids come out, they're like, nah, man, do what I have to do. Right. Yeah, but that's not the point, man.
Yeah, and that creates a generational gap, right? Exactly. There's all these older heads that are especially like head of government, head of colleges, etc. And they're like, oh, like all you know, Generation Z or millennials are whining. And it's
when you have your kid, bro, and you got money, bro, like, of course you're gonna give them whatever you want, spoil them, but you have to teach them the morals. You know, you have to teach them, bro, I did all this, so you don't have to do that. I have all this money, but that doesn't mean you're a rich kid that you're gonna go to school and say, oh, my dad's rich, your dad's poor. No, none of that, man. Be respectful everywhere you go, and understand, like, okay, I have money, I was born in this position, I need to do better to carry on everything, you know, because I'm not trying to be a statistic. I'm not trying to be what Donald Trump says, that Latinos are like, we're just criminals coming, bro. Right. It is what it is, bro. Like, we're all trying to run away from everything, and we're trying to run away from the life that Mexico had, that Honduras has, El Salvador, Guatemala. Like, there's killers out there, bro. Like, and they don't understand. They think that here in the United States, oh, everybody's living it good. People in Europe, bro. I went to Europe last year. And then I got to understand, like, this is what people think about us in the United States. I'm like, bro, if you live in Cali, if you live in Los Angeles, like, bro, there's not star life out there, bro. No. You need to have 2 jobs, maybe 1 hustle, maybe a little scam. Some girls have like the hidden OnlyFans that they're getting money, you know, or selling feet pics or something. You know, you gotta have extra shit. You gotta to even live here. Why do you think people leave to like Kansas, leave to Ohio? Yeah, because they know they have to get their money up somewhere else. Yeah, you know? And so it's like very hard, but it's a privilege to live in Cali. You know. Yeah. You know, and then I'm like, okay. We got to understand, like, the whole world doesn't know about it, but we need to do what we have to do, right? And carry on tradition and being the men that we are, you know. Yeah, but going back to like the perception of like other people on the U.S., I think that showed too, even during like the pandemic, right? And like our numbers were going up higher than a lot of other countries, and our ignorance and stuff like that kind of kept numbers. We had that rebel mentality. Yeah, and it came from stealing people's shit, bro. Yeah, I mean America, you know, like that's so. It's all about freedom. So what about so what about, like, where's the line drawn? Bro. You know. Yeah, so you're telling people out on Newport Beach, they don't have their mask on out there. Yeah. They're like, I don't give a fuck about my freedom and this and this. But I'm like, bro, y'all hypocritical. I heard a guy say, oh, I would not put this muzzle on my face. I'm like, muzzle? What the fuck do you think? But the fact that our rebel mentality fucked us over, because now our shit is still getting hit right now. Yeah. I have family members right now still getting hit with coronavirus. Mm-hmm. Hopefully God protects them and everything, keeps them strong during everything, you know? Yeah. But fuck, man, you know, like, we're kind of built with that. Why do you think China, like, did China already fix their problem? They have surges. I mean, they wiped it out pretty good. I watched some games. Beginning. I watched some soccer games where they're already letting people in. Yeah, Europe like, too. Yeah, well, yeah, that's what I'm talking about in Europe. You know, because over there they probably humble themselves. They're people like, hey, all right, if we're not gonna come out, okay, lockdown, okay, let's do this. Yeah, and then finally they could do their thing, but right now, I'm not saying Europe is perfect, because Europe is messing up right now. Because you watch soccer, everybody's getting injured right now. Yeah. We're more prideful. Because they want to still make money, but the schedule is different now. Where the summer was for the breaks, the summer is for national soccer. The Euro is supposed to happen, Euro 2020. They got skipped, and now they're on the season again, no breaks. So now everybody's getting injured. People are getting coronavirus. Cristiano Ronaldo just got coronavirus. He missed the game against Barcelona. Right. And why? Because they're still playing, and they're still going out from different countries to different countries. Because in Champions League, you need to go to England, you need to go to Italy to play if you're a team from Spain. And then I'm like, oh man, sometimes they're stubborn. The greed is there, bro. It's the greed, and then I'm like, that means we have to like still deal with this in 2021. Yeah, it looks like it. Because I know, like, at least here in the States, the MLS and NBA did the whole bubble idea, right? And for the most part, they were pretty successful as far as, like, not having a lot of COVID cases. But, like, you look at the NFL, MLB, like, college football is terrible right now. They had, like, 16 games canceled just this weekend alone. And it's because, like, they're just like, oh, we're going to keep doing it the way we used to, just no fans or less fans.
But these kids or whether they're kids or professionals, they're going out still getting COVID and passing it on to teammates and forcing games to get canceled. You don't know where they're going out the night before. It's fucking it up, yeah. But like, if everyone invested in that bubble idea, whether it's in Europe or wherever, like any league. Look at the NBA. Like, they had no cases. I think the MLS had a few in the first week, but then they were good. Yeah. It's so I think just some leagues are stubborn, and I get it. Sometimes resource wise, I get ticket sales is a big part of like their whole companies and organization. But yeah, it's just kind of crazy, like how ignorant some people are.
It's sick that you're into that whole thing of because a lot of people that let's say your main focus is like. Well, if I would say interviewing, what do you most likely? It's just general, or do you?
I try to keep it general, but I have more experience and reps with sports for sure. Yeah.
So would you say it's a? Do you think it's worth even trying to get people into the stadiums right now, or would it be worth just staying at home and let's recover first for a while and let's push that instead, or should we still keep trying to push getting in people? I know they're losing money.
Yeah,
I know the sports are, but do you think it's worth more staying safe and people?
Yeah, it is worth more staying safe. They have to get creative with other ways to market, right? Like if you have, if like teams right away when COVID first started came out with like team colored masks, it's not going to make up entirely what they would get from ticket sales. But that's a whole another lane they can go through, right? And just different care packages and stuff like that. There's other marketing ways. I still think people were like, oh, because when they first told us we have to shut down, it was like 2 weeks and we'll be good, right? And then it got to a month and a half, but people are always thinking like, all right, like we'll only have to do it for a little bit more, and even when they're doing it, it's like half-assed. Right? Like if they said, hey, like we're gonna lock down until Labor Day, you know what I mean, from March when they first said it, they would have had better plans, and sports teams wouldn't have suffered as bad, I think. But, just a lot of people, like I said, are stubborn. It comes down to, at the end of the day, they were stubborn. They didn't want to change from their old ways because it's been successful. Like, oh, we want to get fans as quickly as possible. But it's like, even if you get fans, like 20%, that's not going to do a whole lot of, like, ticket sales, So what else are you going to do? Like, come up with creative ways. It's about being, Gary Vee talks about it all the time, too, like being quick to adjust. Business-wise, personality-wise, family-wise, a lot of people lost homes too,
Oh, dude.
So what can you do? Like, how can you adjust on
you have to figure it out. Yep, that's what life is. And what do animals do over time when they have to adjust to a certain environment?
Yeah,
they either adapt or they evolve certain. Like fish have evolved. Evolution. There you go. Yeah. That's what's beautiful, man. Just like that, we have to adapt in society.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but what does that mean? Also, that doesn't mean that everybody evolves.
Right.
There's animals that have to get killed.
They have to die.
When Darwin went to that island,
right,
he understood that there were some finches that were dying because their beaks weren't strong enough to crack open the new corns or the new acorns or whatever, the new seeds. Mm-hmm. So they'll die. So, man, it sucks. Like people are not gonna evolve, but I'm ready to evolve.
Right.
We're Latinos, bro. Like we had to come here just learning Spanish, bro, and we'll be like, dame el número uno.
Yeah.
Like they don't even know like it's a Big Mac or something or get the combo. No.
Yeah.
But we just had to like get through it. We're glad we have that warrior spirit, that we'll find a way,
Yeah, the tribe spirit.
No pasa nada, when they say that, like, all right, let's do it. Mm-hmm. And the same, it's happening, we're being part of evolution,
Mm-hmm.
And we'll see what happens. Hopefully by 2021, our government has more things on check and everything, and they humble themselves, bro, because a lot of people have died, bro.
Yeah.
And I think that's why Donald Trump couldn't win that shit, because he's forever going to be tainted as the guy that the coronavirus...
Right.
He didn't start it, but
he made it worse, right?
Yeah. And it sucks for him, but bro, he couldn't handle the situation better.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, come on, he wasn't even a politician to begin with,
Yeah.
So he probably wasn't even prepared for the job,
Mm-mm.
When it comes to that, and it is what it is. But now we're on to the new guy, and let's see. Hopefully he really backs up everything he was about,
Right.
Just because it's blue. I'm like, doesn't mean it's a W. I'm like, nah, bro, talk your shit, bro. Mm-hmm. If Biden, if you say you're the shit and you don't want Trump no more, then let's see it.
Yeah.
A ver si es verga, If he's really
words.
the shit, bro. I want to see it, because I don't like to believe any of these guys, and I don't, I don't feel like a clown, bro. And the internet helped us not become clowns, see through all this shit. I read the books. I read what we had to do to get all these states.
Mm-hmm.
I read what Cali was Mexico. Mm-hmm. And I read all that shit, and I'm like, so this is what we're all about, just jacking people's shit and being tough guy.
Yeah.
America. I'm like, all right then, bro. Like, but let's fucking learn from this shit, bro, and then understand like we're all rebels, bro, out here. So of course now that's gonna fuck up. People don't want to stay healthy and everything, you know. But
yeah.
It is what it is, you know.
I feel that.
Yeah.
You gotta take care of your family, bro, because you might have your OGs all old and everything. You don't want him to get shit, you know. When that shit started, we're doing Higher Than Heaven, Louder Than Hell. But me and Skyn, we're still going to Hollywood to go record out there, bus all nighters and everything. My dad would be tripping out. My dad would be like, "Hey, no me traigas algo que me va a enfermar yo," you know. I'm like, oh, and then I would have that shit. Like when I'm faded, I'll be thinking about that shit, kind of feeling kind of like guilty about it on some real shit, you know. And I'll be like, fuck, man. But you know, luckily we didn't bring anything back, you know. You know, and we're out there, you know, and it really like it built up our energy for recording that album, you know, because that album is the Higher Than Heaven, Louder Than Hell. That's the album that transitioned us from just a backyard, a garage band to a studio rappers, you know, studio rappers, you know, understanding like the mixtapes we all have, the Good, Bad, and Ugly, Hip Hop and Heartbreaks, Bang Slam Jam, all those mix, Gift and a Curse, all those albums were all created in my home. Yeah. You know, but now Higher Than Heaven, Louder Than Hell was the transition to it's like jumping the border, you know. Yeah. Like, all right, this is what we have to do. These engineers may think we're not that good because it probably takes 50 takes to do a verse, getting the right cadence, getting the right performance. And so I was like, all right, and then that's what transitioned us to now to the new one where we networked, you know, met the right engineers. Yeah. Engineers that are already just living off engineering. These people are not like part-time engineers. These guys are real ones, you know. They're getting paid because they're recording whoever, you know, recording C-level artists, you know, B-level artists that already have money, you know, already have management to pay for shit and everything. And then it helped us boss up. And like this, if this engineer is recording for these guys, I don't want to look like a clown in front of this guy. I'm gonna make sure I have my money right, and boom, here $250 for the mix, $50 extra for tip. Thank you, bro. And I'll buy you lunch too. Don't even trip. Yeah. I'll blaze you out too. Don't even trip. You know, you want some drink, and the engineer probably don't want to drink. Right. But he'll probably want to blaze it, you know, and he's there in his mix. And you need an hour to finish up our song? Go ahead, bro. We're gonna go get something to eat or blaze it, you know. Yeah. And that really like helped us man up, you know. To be honest, you know.
That's good. How'd you guys come up with the name for that album?
You got that?
Motley Crue. One band, Motley Crue. There's this album that's called Theater of Pain. I'm just gonna put it in layman's terms. Well, no, simplify it. Motley Crue, 1985, 1983. 1984. Vince Neil kills one of the lead band members of Hanoi Rocks. Everybody hates him. He goes to jail for 21 days. Only serves 12. Everybody hates him more because he literally, just because he's a rock star, he basically paid off $2 million to not go to jail. Damn. Over murdering a nigga during DUI. Damn. And that didn't put him down. Motley Crue literally went up, but they were all dealing with heroin addiction. 85, right? Yeah. And that's when they dropped a song that I really like because I just like what they talk about, called Louder Than Hell. And then I just added the Higher Than.
Ooh, okay.
Pretty simple as that. Yeah. Motley Crue, though. If you guys ever get a chance, look up their movie or read their book. Read their
It's
books.
on Netflix, yeah.
The book is really descriptive.
Machine Gun Kelly, he's Tommy Lee in the movie.
Yeah. Oh, is he?
Yeah, and that was his first acting gig. Oh, shit. After his old little beef with Eminem.
Now he's a rocker and shit. Now he got into it.
And it made me understand about the industry, bro. Like, okay, like MGK has a beef with Eminem, and he's like the scapegoat. Like Eminem needed to show the world he's that lion. You know, I should need that victim to kill, and let the whole world see it. And I felt like MGK just became the scapegoat. Like, hey, bro, I'll go in and diss this fool Eminem, and you know he made the Rap Devil song, you know, which is a great diss. And then I'm like, all right, so now it feels like this industry is making us see Eminem, the lion that he is, doing a kill. Yep. Because the new generation never saw Eminem kill a rapper. Right. We only know that because we've seen him kill. Yeah. Like, had beef with the Source, beef with Benzino, beef with Cannabis, and everything, bro. But the new world never. That's why these kids were kind of like, is this Eminem? This is the rap guy, you guys? Yeah. And they never didn't accept it. Right. But I felt like the industry wanted to show him killing someone, you know? Right. And he did with the kill shot. Yeah. But look what MGK did. MGK, all that extra publicity, he took that shit when acting, right, and also created a pop punk album. Great networking, bro, because he got all this extra clout.
Right, his attention, right?
Yeah, and now he's dating Megan. What's the one from Megan Fox? Correct. And now he leveled up. What we think was an L for him? Yeah. Nah, man. This people like started meeting new people. You just don't know behind the scenes, you know.
Right.
Or his agent is like, hey, bro, we're getting a lot of gigs.
Yeah.
You want to do acting?
He's a good artist in general, you know.
Yeah, a good artist in general. You know, people would say, oh, he's trash, but nah. He's providing for his family.
He has his own lane too. You know?
Exactly.
He's unique. He doesn't sound like anybody else. He's a 101.
Because then you see MGK. I don't listen to a lot of MGK. To keep it real with you, but I saw his come up. I saw how he used to be. He was like those white kids that grew up in the calle and everything, you know, and with a lot of drugs and gangsters and probably people that jack people, you know, or drug dealers. I'm like, bro, you made it out, bro. Like enjoy this shit, bro. You know, like. You're providing for your daughter and everything, bro. Like, that's real shit, bro. I don't care about all this that you diss one of my favorite rappers. I don't care about that, bro. As long as you're doing good for your family, feel like I'm good, bro. You know. Yeah. Because I don't want to hate. You know, that shit comes back to you, bro.
I feel that.
Karma's a bitch.
Yeah. Facts. Yep. Now that your guys' album is out, what are some other projects or songs that you guys are working on?
Right now, actually, like, what we're doing right now is Higher Than Heaven, Louder Hell. Was our first like. You know, like real studio shit, not just we in the studio, fam. Like, real studio now, you know, with mixer boards and everything. And then so right now, like, okay, the sins of the past 10 years, things that we didn't do to really bring up Mighty Tribe how we thought it was gonna be on some Wu-Tang shit. Like, we understood, you know, like, okay, we have to learn more of the business, bro. Me and Skyn, we finally cultivated the sound and the style. Like, we know how to cook. Yeah. We have our caldo de pollo, you know, how we want it, right?
We got the seasoning.
But now, bro, what do you need left? Once you have your sound, you need to learn how to run it like a business. Some people learn, bro. Some people already know what's up, and they get the rich drug dealers or the gangster fools to like put in the money. Yeah. You know, and that's how you see a lot of gangster rappers that those fools are actually like they got the money, but they don't got the money, man. They got that rich drug dealer fool that's just putting in all the cash and everything, and cleaning up the money and everything. Okay. So we didn't do that. We just wanted to keep getting better. And it was maybe a sin of mine thinking like, oh, if you're good, you're going to get known. Just thinking that. But you know how it is, man. There's years, bro, where you can't level up, bro. You stagnate. And I felt I stagnated sometimes. Skyn stagnated. I bet you stagnated sometimes. Yeah. You couldn't level up. And sometimes you have to go through pain to level up. Yeah. And I don't know if I'm ready for that sometimes, you know? Like, I don't want to have someone die just for me to level up. Right. Nah, man. That's why, like, I humble myself. Every year I got older and I understood like what I really wanted. I don't want fame. I don't care about being on this top 10 list of being rappers. But I know I'm gonna kill it on every beat I get on, you know, with my energy, because I know that I'm unique. As you were unique, you're unique too, you know. Right. Juan is unique. Right. Number 9 is unique. You know. George is unique. You know. Everybody's unique, bro. You just gotta learn how to level up, bro. You know? And read and. So right now, like, Russ helped me, Nipsey helped me understand this business and understanding what I really wanted to do. Right. I don't want to leave my family and fucking be famous and have my dad like read his own mail and doesn't even know English. Yeah. Barely even knowing Spanish, bro. Like, we're not from the cities in Mexico and Honduras, bro. We're from the villages, bro. We're kind of shy, like, when people come around, like, you know, you're on dirt roads, bro. All that shyness, and we're just one generation apart, bro. So all that shit, like. So all this fame, like, I don't want that extra attention. It's kind of goofy sometimes, you know. I feel that. Like, just throwing your cash around and everything, and it's not even your cash, bro. It's that drug dealer that's putting all the money in for you. Quit playing, bro. Yeah. You know. So yeah. So right now, okay. So going to your question, what am I doing now after Higher Than Heaven, Louder Than Hell? I'm learning how to promote singles, learning how to get in touch with the influencers. Oh, okay. Who are the people that all the people are following? Yeah. Because a lot of people in the world are sheep, bro. They don't stand up for themselves. You know. They want to follow. They like that guy that has a cool YouTube channel and he's the one reacting to music. Yeah. You know? All right. So I got to learn how to do that. I got to learn how to make visualizers. Me and my brother, he has a bachelor's in marketing. Okay. And my brother's going to continue leveling up. Okay. He's not just where he is and he thinks he's a shit. No, every year he's going to get better. So we're trying to learn marketing and learning how to sell an album. You know, we cook the right drugs now. We have the drugs. We cook it how we want it. Yeah. But how are we going to sell it if you don't know how to sell it?
We're selling that new crap.
Yeah, exactly, bro. You know, like
the Heisenberg.
Yeah, like me. Yeah, exactly, bro. Me and Skyn, like, we felt like we're in the kitchen, you know, just learning how to cook it right and everything, you know, cook it right, and which is the music, and now we gotta learn how to sell it. You know? For sure. We didn't have time to learn how to be salesmen, you know. Maybe I fucked up by not taking a salesman job where I was put up to the test to sell, you know. I just wanted to work and get my money and have money for my engineers, have money for my studio, pay my bills, you know. And then we go through little parts. We go through little parts of learning how to use credit.
Yeah.
Sometimes you go in a little hole because you bought too much clothes at Macy's, you know, or something like that, you know. Or you go to Saks. We started going to Saks and we felt like, damn, this is where all the rich ass foods are coming and everything. Yeah. And we felt good buying Louis Vuitton, buying Gucci, buying Versace, you know, things, because I wanted to feel how it is to feel successful, you know. But I'm not overbuying with this high end fashion, you know, because we want to create high end fashion later on, you know. But I didn't want to overdo it, you know.
And get a taste.
Yeah, so I'm learning every day. Right now, I'm learning, you know, with COVID-19, everybody had to be on lockdown. That doesn't mean I'm just, let me go buy that PS5.
Yeah.
Nah, man. What the fuck? Yeah, I'll be looking at my mirror and I'll be like, fool, you're a clown, bro.
Yeah.
How are you almost 30 and talking about a PS5, bro?
Yeah.
That's some little kid shit, bro.
Yeah.
And letting everybody, maybe they want to play PS5 with their family, you know, with their kid. All right, that's real shit. You know, that's fine. Yeah. But I can't, bro. Am I gonna lie to myself when I look in the mirror? Then I'm not watching how to promote singles, how to make sure you have your masters, how to make sure that you have a LLC to your business. How are you gonna learn how to save money more and invest money more? Yeah. Because our parents, they're not gurus, bro. Like our parents, they don't have education, bro. Like, my parents didn't go to school. They don't have elementary school, you know. So they had to learn in the calle. Yeah. Like not even knowing English. So I can't blame them for not teaching me extra shit. Right. That's what I'm gonna teach my kid.
There you go.
The cheat codes, you know. It's like Jay-Z said on that song New Day on Watch the Throne. If you watch the New Day song, where he talks about as if Beyonce had a kid in her stomach, but she didn't yet, you know, at that time. He was talking about his unborn child. Yeah. And he was saying, like, it took me 26 years to find my path. My only job now is to cut the time in half. There you go. So for Blue or whoever his kid is to learn it by 13 already, the boss shit. And I'm like, all right, bro, that's real shit right there, bro. Right there, and then I knew my dad had that for me, and I knew his mom had that for him, and luckily now, which is when it's our turn, when karma comes back around, and we're the parents, just take our kids to a new level, you know. For sure. And continue, you know, generational wealth and everything, you know. Yeah. And right now, learn as we're on lockdown, learn how to do this shit higher than heaven, down hell. If it doesn't blow up to the point where I want it, fuck it. For the next album, it's gonna be even better. We're gonna be prepared, more prepared. And if that shit don't work, then for the next album, you know. Right. Because at the end of the day, we're leveling up, writing wise, MC wise, mixing wise, engineering wise, learning how to record better, learning how to punch in better. Learning how to do cooler ad-libs, changing your voice. Yeah. Because when he changed his voice, if you hear our old songs, you could hear our old song. And when he changed his voice, I knew he wasn't playing no more. I was like, all right, this fool, he don't give a fuck if people say, oh, he sounds nasty. Or he sounds like that. Why the fuck does he sound like that? I'm like, bro, that's the whole art about it. And I knew from that beginning, I was like, all right, this fool is going to take it to another level. Right. That means I have to take it to another level. That's why Alex has to take it to another level. Right. And we're not rushing people. We're not pushing people. Hey, bro, how come you haven't leveled up? Nah. Everybody does it at different times. Yeah. You know? And different shit happens in life. And so it's all patience, bro. You know. True. Yeah. Patience, because you see a lot of rappers blow up in their 30s. You see a lot of rappers blowing up to 35 and everything. That means they didn't stop. You know, it's just all about building that foundation, that company behind your music. Yep. Right. Yep. You know, like, oh, you want merch? All right, hit this line up. This is the merch guy. That's what's up. Yeah. So there you go. You know. For sure. Yeah, all right. Well, before we end things, I do like to ask these fun questions at the end. If you guys could talk to any person, dead or alive, in history, who would it be?
David Bowie.
David Bowie, for sure.
Yeah, I want to ask him what was his inspiration in that time.
Yeah. Okay.
I'd say I'd probably go with dead or alive, right?
Yeah, dead or alive.
Jay Prince.
Jay Prince. Okay.
Yeah, Jay Prince from Rap a Lot. Yeah, because I know I watched his interview with Drink Champs, but Jay Prince is known as like some scary guy behind the scenes, but he really portrayed himself as a real man and everything, you know. And I was like, all right, those are people that remind me of my father. So I would love to like learn from people like that and be humble and confident in what I do, and having the right people that care about that shit, you know. Yeah. Not older heads that think they're the shit and they're sunning you. No. Yeah. Okay. You know. So Jay Prince, I'd say.
Okay. And what are your favorite toppings on a pizza?
Ooh, I go with pineapple and whatever.
Okay. Pineapple, whatever.
Pepperoni.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, me?
And you?
Yeah. Sorry. Pineapple, pepperoni, and sausage.
Okay. Right on. All right.
Yeah.
Sure.
And then last question: if you can give any advice to your younger self, what would it be?
Listen more.
I like that one.
Just talk less.
Yeah.
Yeah. If his is listen more, I would say learn more. Learn more, because
absorb more. Yeah.
Yeah, learn more, because I thought, all I gotta do is be a rapper. Nah, but then you find out, do you really, the guy who's putting in money for you, you're gonna have to do what he says.
Yeah,
true.
You know, so I was like, I wish I could learn more, so I had more money to be my own boss and be my own person who controls my destiny.
Right.
Yep.
And, you know, so learn more.
Yeah, that's dope. Really appreciate you guys for taking the time out of your day.
Thank you, bro.
Before you guys go ahead and plug any social media website that you guys like to.
I just already shared your interview, so
okay,
I'm ready to go.
Yeah, so we go by the Mighty Tribe. Check us out on YouTube. Mighty Tribe Zone. We have Higher Than Heaven, Louder Than Hell. We got some visualizers.
New album, yep.
Follow me on my IG is Almighty Dubon, and he goes by.
Mine is at babybucks.com. So at babybucks. So that's our new. Just so you guys aren't confused, I'm still Skyn. Just we're switching the new persona to a new persona for the new tape.
Okay.
Still,
there you go.
And then so I go by Dubon.
Thank you guys.
And I'm basically we're the Mighty Tribe.
All right, dope.
Thank you guys for having us.
Thank you guys. Yeah.
Thank you, my Mike and I. Appreciate it.